Hello boys and girls, my name is White Rhino PSO, and today we're playing some more of the Shrouded Isle. Now, in the last video, in case you don't remember, we had to sacrifice Sagan Cadwell, because with his... where's House Cat? With his being a liar, sacrificing him barely kept us above water with the discipline and the penitence, because our god Chernobog is still trying to encourage discipline in the village and is still after the cowardly one, which we have no idea who in the village has the major vice of cowardice. The Kegneys still dislike us by a factor of -40, so we get no inquiries with them. And based on what we know about the people in that family, I'm not going to appoint an advisor just yet. I'm going to see what I might need from them based on the other families. And there was with House Yosefka, who has positive 35, normally I'd get an inquiry, but the last time I tried to record this part, there was a slight hiccup, so I backed out to the main menu after having used that inquiry, which it saved. So I used that inquiry to find out that Chessa is rumored to be penitent, as well as somewhat disobedient. I might end up choosing her based on that, because penitence is kind of low, but disobedience is pretty high. So I believe I will feel safe in choosing her, and then using her for at least 1 month worth of advisory work. I am going to keep Nadia around, even though I know she has a major vice, because if there's ever a point when disobedience is really low, I can sacrifice her to get a boost in it. So for this season, I'm going with Chessa, from House Yosefka. Efferson, also, repent all ye sinners, also gives me an inquiry because they still like me a bit. I might go with Eden just because they are a known swindler. Because sacrificing them would give me a boost to penitence, but because they are disciplined, that means I believe I would lose discipline from having done that. I know nothing about Svetlana, except now I know she is rumored to be ignorant. I am going to come back to that family as well. Now, the Cadwells still like me by 10, so I still get an inquiry even though I killed off one of their sons. She's full of fervor. She's lacking fervor. I think... Let's see what Maria, if I can get a more rumor out of her, because fervor is fairly high. She's rumored to be obedient, which isn't really going to help us through this season. Undisciplined, full of fervor. I feel like I'm messing up somewhat this season, because I don't really have too many people that I can safely appoint in order to get information on what their vices and virtues are. I'm going to go with Maria. Because... Wait, what is Cadwell for? Cadwell is discipline. Well, I definitely can't kill somebody from House Cadwell again. So I'm going to go with Maria, basically for the hell of it. Blackborn knows too much, unrepentant. They are obedient, unrepentant, but they are positive to ignorance. They are obedient, they are penitent. Let's see if I can get more information about Bogdan. They are convict, which will give us a bonus to penitence if we use them. I'm gonna go with him. Back to Kegney. I think the only safe option is to go with Danica, because she will give us a boost to discipline, and whatever her vice is shouldn't tank one of the other tenets too badly. And then Efferson, undisciplined, but they're penitent. They are a swindler, but they are disciplined. I need to keep discipline up, but how much does Efferson like us? Efferson's a positive 15. I think I'm going to go with Eden because... shit. See, if I don't use Eden, then the family will like me less. Which means that if I eventually sacrifice him, then their opinion of me will drop even lower. But I do need penitence in the long run. So those are our 5 advisors. And it's time to begin September. So, Kegney does need a boost in satisfaction by quite a bit. And she will help out the discipline, so I'm going to go with just her this month. Alright. Danica scoured the town and found one old world book to burn in a ritual fire, so I get some ignorance. Danica was discovered to be a masochist, which means that Danica comes to advisor meetings with fresh bruises and a smile. So that is a major virtue, which sadly, from what I understand, major virtues also come with major vices. Which she has an unknown impact, but judging by the fact that fervor is now almost non-existent, I think that it has something to do with fervor. So, Kegney likes us a lot more. And everybody else is kind of hovering around neutral. Now, Blackborn, if I don't choose him this coming month, then I think he'll fall into dissatisfaction along with Kegney. I did not know that I could get events mid-season. Eye for an eye. Lord Cadwell complains that his cousin was wrongly arrested and punished. He demands that Inquisitor Blackborn mutilate one of his own family as apology. Right, my options are, yes, the Inquisitor must atone for this mistake, which will make House Blackborn like me less, and they're already pretty low. Number 2, nobody is free of sin, your cousin deserves his fate, which will make Cadwell like me even less. Or we shall improve guard policies to prevent future mistakes, which will cause obedience itself to suffer. Obedience is pretty high, and I'm not sure I want either Cadwell or Blackborn to like me less. So I'm going to go with that one. Inquisitor Blackborn promises to redouble his training and disciplinary efforts on his guards. The effect is unclear. So I lost some obedience, but they still like me as much as before. Alright. So... the only person that's a positive to fervor right now would be Chessa, and that's only because she's from House Yosefka, which is the fervor house. I'm gonna choose her. It'll... Bogdan? Kegney and Blackborn will still stay neutral. I think I'm gonna... I don't want to do lacking in fervor, because that's down. I don't want to do that one because that would lower the penitence. The convict would get more penitence and more obedience at the cost of something. I think I'm going to try that. Chessa urged the laborers in carving and sanding, and a small shrine to our god was crafted. Fervor +5. Chessa personally encourages more confessors to come forward, which is an unknown bonus to penitence. And her unknown vice, she revises the code of laws with a new, more confusing interpretation. So we lose some obedience, but we gained some penitence and fervor. Alright. Bogdan interrogated townspeople. It seems a few parents conspired to hide their children from the ritual, so we gained some obedience. He tells stories of redemption after a life of misguided crime, because he is known as a convict. And then his vice did something, which I'm not really sure what it is, but I think that one was against fervor as well, because fervor still seems lowest. Meanwhile, we've got tons of discipline right now. So Kegni, basically everyone goes down a little except for Blackborn and Yosefka. On to November. I think she would tank fervor again if I chose her. I'm not sure if fervor would survive doing the both of them. But right now they're only at a +5, which means if I were to use his family as a sacrifice, that would tank it pretty hard. Meanwhile, she's at a -20. I think if I don't choose Kegni this month, then it will push them down into dissatisfaction. And I would really like to be able to get an inquiry out of them. Disobedient. Would be more fervor. I think I'm going to go with Chessa again, because I'm fairly sure she is a loss to fervor. I think this should even out things somewhat by going with Danica and Chessa. Danica discovered a cache of old world books. They burned merrily in the town square. Comes to advisor meetings with fresh bruises and a smile, and is rumored to be lacking in fervor, which I already had an idea of that. I noticed her ceremonies aren't as well attended as others. That put us right on the border of losing out on fervor. There is a chance that when Chessa comes up to bat, that she's going to have a bad reaction for just working as House Yosefka, which could cost us the game right now. Nope. Chessa urged the laborers in carving and sanding, and once again a small shrine was crafted. So bonus to fervor. She personally encouraged more confessors to come forward, so an unknown bonus to penitence, and she is discovered to be a teen, which is a minor vice. Too young for the responsibility of what she's doing. So we now know that she can give us a bonus to penitence and only cost us a small bit of obedience if we ever need her to work in the future. So, Kegni likes us more. Everybody is now either satisfied or neutral. Now, the bad news about that is that the season's end draws near. A sacrifice must be made to protect the village. So right now, the only person who we know the major vice of is Eden Efferson. His virtue is unknown, so villagers who trust Eden's reputation will feel conflicted and lose discipline because I believe he is rumored to be high in discipline. Yeah, he's rumored to be disciplined. The villagers will be inspired to more penitence because he is a known swindler, and the house will grudgingly accept. They will go down to dissatisfied, which means I will lose out on an inquiry with that family, but the game will continue. That is a whole lot of blood for it to shoot up into the sky like that. Through sacrifice, thy will be done. We sacrifice the life of Eden in the name of Chernobog and the good of our people. Our condolences to House Efferson. As a just sacrifice, House Efferson solemnly mourns Eden, which means they lose 30 approval, but everybody else likes us by 5. And the villagers praise Chernobog for ridding their community of a blighted soul. So we gain penitence, but we lose discipline because he was rumored to be disciplined. A new season begins. Rain freezes and hardens as it falls. So I guess we're having hailstorms in the village. Alright, once again, we are getting to the 20-minute mark. And it's been one full season. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.